All right.
Leo,
Say his
Sparrow.
name and he appears. Call me Sparrow Hendry, because here I am.
Leo, I want to thank you so much for coming on. I don't know if you heard what I was talking about, but I'm a little upset. I feel like you got robbed last Saturday at Barton Orchards.
Don't remind
I
him.
think you're absolutely right.
And can I talk about the WrestleMania-esque entrance that Leo Sparrow had?
From the cornfield, man. He
He is a child of the corn, and he came out on a hay wagon. Like,
smoking hay rag.
oh my God, that
Not
was
even
incredible.
I am the king of kale, but on Saturday, August 9th, I was the king of the crops because that was my throne.
Well, you got robbed, as I've mentioned, but I just want to say that huge upside for a Leo Sparrow. I will say it with you right here. I'll say it with you off the air. I definitely saw a very competitive match on Saturday, and looking forward to seeing you and what else you have going down the road. Steve, you were talking a little bit of smack about Leo, weren't you?
I don't talk smack about anybody because I have to walk into them. I don't want to. I'm not a wrestler. I don't want to get
Funny
beat up.
how it's not smack talk. Now I'm sitting right here. Go ahead, Steve.
Exactly.
I don't have any problem with anybody. I love everybody, but no, it was a crazy night. For you as a wrestler, Leo, what did you think about Barton Orchards? Because it was our first time there. It was a lot of people's first time there. I think it was like the second event to be held there this year, and because it just opened. So I don't know. Pro wrestling was, I think, one of the best ways to kick off the year for Barton Orchards.
It was amazing. The second I walked in, I said, this venue was built for something like pro wrestling because cool things need to happen in this building. The first thing I saw when I walked in was the disco ball. And I said, that's how I know that this is a cool building. And the stage and the ramp and the ring right in the middle. Great building, definitely. Great find for ACW. And I'm glad that they brought us in.
Now, Leo, I definitely don't want to bring up what happened because obviously a travesty, miscarriage of justice. But
Yep.
Obviously every match is a teachable moment, a learning experience. I've already wrote some letters to ACW management.
Thank you.
I really think it needs to, be told. Has anyone talked to you about plans, October 18th, Mischief Night, tickets going fast? This is ACW.com. Has there been any mention about a rematch, anything like that? What's going on with you right now?
I mean, some people are saying that I lost fair and square. I should go to the back of the line, but that's not what I think. Maybe I should just hop the line and go back to the front and try again. I think that sounds good. So a rematch sounds great. Or there's a really cool fatal four-way. Maybe I'll just do what I did at Fallout and just interject myself in the match. I'll make it a fatal five-way. Maybe I'll just win the ACW championship.
Well, see, that's what I think that people in ACW management didn't realize, that you still, you got suckered into a match with Carly. It was a non-sanctioned sort of situation. Like you were not 100%. I can't imagine after some of that punishment. So to throw you right back in, I have, that's where I take umbrage with that sort of situation. And talking about the line, Leo Sparrow is the line. That's the way I see
That's
it.
right.
So, I think, Steve, you know some people. I think you need to figure something out here for this.
No, for sure. Well, let me talk to you about this, guys, because not only was the Spartan show, the Uprising, it was a little bit of a smaller show compared to what ACW has done the past three shows in Poughkeepsie. So it's a little bit of a smaller venue, but I don't want to say that it was smaller because, like, you had the open space. It was like they took a barn, kind of split it in half, so you had a nice outdoor part of it. It had the nice sunset going down.
Yep.
On the other side, you got like a venue ready for a concert or a pro wrestling show. It was just something unique, I think, for everybody, especially in this day and age where a lot of wrestling could be at high schools, could be gyms or whatnot. It was just a different look, and it felt like it was ACW's own Sunday Night Heat, if you will.
Sure.
Huh?
And I think that is a testament to ACW and the foresight of thinking outside of the box. They're home, obviously, right now, MJN Center, rich history, but I think they're creating new history with Barton Orchard. And, I definitely think that it was a very unique, and we got to see, again, the environment a lot. We saw some crowd work, if you will, some wrestling out into the crowd, but then, again, the ability to see WrestleMania-esque entrances like we saw with Leo Sparrow. Now, Leo, for those of you out there who aren't aware of Leo Sparrow, obviously you're a big part of ACW. What else do you have going on in the near future that people may be able to get to see you in action?
Well, something I'm really excited about is this weekend. I think I'm going to launch the Leo Sparrow Micro Brawler, which is a chance I'm taking on myself. I'm going to bring in all my shows and see if I can separate myself from some other people in the locker room. So that's just how the King of Kale does it, traveling every weekend, trying to get myself on shows, trying to get out there, get myself in front of people. There's only one right way to do it. So this Thursday, if anybody's around, you can find me in Brooklyn for Outlaw Wrestling and various other wrestling companies in coming months.
Awesome. I will need you to save one of those at least for me in October.
Sounds good.
One of those
you can pick it up at the table.
Perfect.
Now, Leo, I got to ask you, you're vegan, correct? I mean, that's
right.
So as a non-vegan, I remember seeing stories, maybe you could relate with this, but with Brian Danielson at the time, who was I believe he was a vegan, right? But from just traveling all the time, it was hard for him to, I guess, maintain his diet or just to eat as a vegan on the road. So, have you found it hard traveling a lot with wrestling, maybe to just maintain what you're, just to I don't know how to do it. I don't know how to talk plants. I don't know how to. It's different for me.
Sure,
it can be challenging for sure, trying to find the right places. But luckily, like at rest stops, there's always like a Chipotle, or there's always something like that where I can get some rice and beans, or a 7-Eleven where I can find something easy, or I just bring my own food. Be prepared. So it's, certain things I've learned along the way that keep me eating what I need to be eating.
My wife is a vegetarian / sometimes vegan, and is a big fan of the Impossible Whopper. So I know
I've had a few Impossible Whoppers, right. And I'm like, I don't know if I'm eating meat or I don't know what I'm eating, but it still tastes the same, and I don't know if that's the scary part. Because was I even eating meat beforehand, or I don't know. This whole interview is taking a whole turn.
Sure,
but no, Leo, tell me though, because I mean, you're a pro wrestler. You have to stay in shape. You have to be physically active a lot. Is it hard for you to kind of find, I mean, even just in your normal everyday life, like, are you having to eat more kinds of proteins that are a lot more than like a normal person if they were eating chicken or a steak or something to just for your body? Is it, I don't know, as an athlete, how is it just hard to maintain this?
I don't mind eating the same things every day. Any bodybuilder you meet is going to say, "Oh, I eat chicken, rice, and broccoli every single day." So I kind of relate it to that. I eat a lot of protein powder, protein shakes, things like that. There are a lot of freezer meals that they make that are high in protein, different kinds of like pea protein, things like that, where when you mix it in with other things, you can like barely notice it doesn't even taste like it. And I'm very honest about what tastes good and what doesn't taste good as a vegan. So
nice. All right.
Absolutely. So we again, we're not going to really talk about it, but national championship still on the table in ACW, world championship also on the table. Tag team, would you ever consider finding another partner to potentially go for those titles?
So I have a tag team partner. His name is the Phoenix GKM, and he has been on awesome championship wrestling shows before. He, a couple months ago, tore his ACL, so now he's out for a couple months, but he's looking to come back sometime, hopefully soon. Okay. So that would be my tag team partner.
That's awesome. Awesome.
But is he a vegan too? That's the question.
He's not. He's the meat part of the team.
Okay.
That's perfect. All right. No, we saw him at the Poughkeepsie Rumble. Another talented wrestler. Perfect. I would love to get him on too one day. Leo, so what was great about this show this weekend, like I was saying, yes, it was in a bit of a smaller venue, but once again, it had one major championship on the line, which was the national championship. And I thought what was great about this show is that it actually put more focus on just one of the championships as opposed to going to any other show that has maybe multiple championships on the line. Mm-hmm. It just gave a nice little bit of a spotlight, I guess. And, to be a part of that, to be in the main event for it, and to have one hell of an entrance, I must say, I don't know, as a wrestler, is that everything like things that you dream of being on the road for these kind of shows?
Absolutely. I feel very grateful. I get blessed with opportunities every weekend to do cool things, and I try and make the most of it. So when it is a cool entrance on a tractor trailer on the back of a hayride, something like that, I'm taking my time. I'm not rushing that. I'm going to really enjoy it and soak it in.
Well, we did see Real One the next day. I think he was still shaking it off. So you may not have got the W, but he was definitely feeling it. I would say the next day.
Good.
Yeah. Well, Leo, what is the best way for fans to keep up with you? So I know there's a lot of different things out there these days, but like Instagram, Twitter, what can fans?
I'm pretty active on social media. Same handle on all 3 platforms: Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. I mean X. Sorry, at No Stake All Sizzle. You could just look up Leo Sparrow. Find me on everyone. LeoSparrow.com. Got my merchandise. Got my matches. Just about everything you need. I'm easy to find if you need me.
Sure. I got one more question though for you, Leo. I don't know. We painted ourselves into a corner with the name of the show. We're another wrestling podcast. For being a wrestler, you have to have a gimmick, right? You got to have something going on with you.
Only if you're a good wrestler, you should have a gimmick.
Sure. How would you categorize yourself to where would it be in the realm of like, because you're talented? Is it like a comedic part of it, or are because I feel like I've seen you serious and you're awesome. I've seen you do some comedy and you're awesome. Is there something that you like doing more or whatnot? Because I mean, even going 2 shows back, you had a little bit of a run-in with Carlito at the show, inserting yourself into that 3-way match. Any thoughts on that match and maybe just kind of where you stand as a wrestler today or what you like really doing?
So I think that was a really good opportunity for me, and I wanted to really grab a hold of that because that was the 3rd show of Awesome Championship Wrestling, and by that time the crowd had kind of knew who I was, but I really wanted them to leave saying, I know exactly who he is, I remember Leo Sparrow's name, I know exactly what he's about. So when I have that minute with the microphone, it's my job to make sure that everybody in the building will leave remembering everything that I stand for. And I think that I knocked it out of the park. And I think I had a great performance in the match, even though Carlito cheated by spitting apple in my face. I mean, who would want to throw something in somebody's face during a match? That's embarrassing, right?
No.
That's against the rules. That should be a disqualification.
Yeah.
But I love having opportunities like that. And then opportunities against people like Enzo, where I main event the first show ever at Barton Orchards. That was a building with 3 walls, but you would never be able to tell that all that sound escaped because the energy in there was so high. For a show like that, it was really special. And I'm always grateful, even when I don't win, even though I know I should.
No, perfect. I do have one more question for you, though, Leo, because I'm as I age, Jonathan, I keep forgetting stuff. So I'm like, but I do remember you, Leo, to where you had a moment in the MJN Center in Poughkeepsie, and you posted on social media to where you went kind of like full circle. You're back at this moment at the MJN Center.
Oh, yeah.
Can you explain that for us? Because, like I said, I remember you posted it, but I just kind of forget what was behind it. Maybe you can explain more. And I only bring this up because it's right up the street from us. It's in our own backyard, if you will. The MJN Center is our own MSG, if you will. But maybe you could tell some of the fans out there who are local watching about maybe your experience with this whole MJN
sure.
wrestling there.
All right, so a little bit of backstory on me personally. I went to business school because I knew that I always wanted to work for WWE. That's always what I wanted to do. Before I wanted to be a wrestler, I wanted to work for them in the corporate end. So I went to business school so I could do that. And I had secured myself an internship with WWE, and then COVID happened. So they called me and they said, hey, just wanted to let you know we're going to postpone our internship program. So, better luck whenever this thing clears up. So 2021 comes around and they got in contact with me again. And they said, we just wanted to let you know that we didn't forget about you. We just chose to bypass the internship program this year. And they basically offered me a position full time just to come in and work with the department that I was going to do an internship with. And by that time, that's when I had decided the world is ending. I want to do what I want to do with my life. So that's when I signed up for wrestling school. Wow. And I was like 6 months into my training and I knew like basically nothing on how to wrestle at that point. And I saw the vision, the same vision that I see now as a wrestler. And I said, thank you, but no, thank you. And I kind of said no to everything that I was working for. So I got to that point by taking opportunities like I had for the first time in 2018 at the MJN Center. There was a local wrestling personality, I guess, who was working on a pilot for a wrestling documentary series about wrestlers and moments in their career and going to location to kind of relive it. And the pilot episode that we were filming was with Sean Waltman, X-Pac, 123 Kid, about his match with Razor Ramon in that building with the $10,000 where he got knocked out on a concussion. So we walked right to the middle of the floor. He said, "This is the spot that my head smacked the floor and I got knocked out cold." And then we walked to the back door. He said, "This is the door that I ran out of in the video. You could see it." So I was kind of just like a production assistant there. And that was my first time there. And then my second time in that building was for the Poughkeepsie Rumble. Wow. So just to be able to go back as a wrestler after taking a bet on myself by saying no to what I had worked for previously in that building was just a very full circle moment for me.
No, that's awesome.
How can you not like this guy, Steve?
I'm saying we got some new.
No, I'm saying how come you don't like this guy?
I like everybody, Leo. Don't believe him. I like everybody.
Hey, come watch me wrestle and I'll show you why you can't like me.
I'm just gonna say, like, again, my letters have thus far went unread, unanswered, because I also threw one in there about, like, kind of, I called it misconduct with Carlito spitting the apple, like you said. That's just unbelievable, and there should have been a DQ, and it's just so. Justice for Leo Sparrow.
It's trending right now.
Absolutely, worldwide. But Leo, I am looking forward to seeing you in action. We definitely are hoping that you've secured a spot for Mischief Night. And if there's anybody out there who's looking to do a perfect Leo Sparrow cosplay, because I heard that they're encouraging folks to
dress up,
dressed up for the whole event. What do you think the best thing for a potential Leo Sparrow cosplay? What do they have to have if they're going to dress like you?
I'll tell you why. You can go to prowrestlingtees.com/Leo Sparrow and you can buy yourself one of the shirts that I wear to the ring.
Nice.
Try and cut it up like me and see if you could do it just as well as I do.
And don't forget your spinach.
That's right.
Don't forget the spinach. That's right.
Well, Leo, man, thanks so much for joining us, dude. Whenever you're around, we'd love to have you in the studio, but thanks so much for joining us tonight. It was kind of last minute. Things are going on, but appreciate your time, man. Thank you.
You got it, man. I'm always ready.
Awesome.
Thanks a lot.